don't know where my partner is, but,
Right here.
okay.
What? You not looking at the camera?
Quiet on the set. Nope.
What did you say?
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you
Don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Tragedy Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. And for those of you listening, yes, technical difficulties. We'll see if we can fix that in just a minute. Otherwise,
hey, there's a reason your middle name is
That's
technical
right.
difficulties. And
Today
you still need
is
to create that character.
Thursday, March 29th, 2018, here inside Tragedy Avatar. Day 2. Big day 2 there. And I'm going to just throw some music up there for the moment until I can figure out why we're not getting audio out there, which just doesn't make sense. Yeah. I don't know either. It was working just a minute ago.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. You've been doing some migrating and getting things done with launch here, and of course, getting everything finally tweaked. Still being a pain in the butt.
Did you look at that announcement for the 2-week double XP launch spree?
The big announcement, 2 weeks, the one that we told everybody about a little sooner than everybody else.
At the same time, there's this daily message that says it begins now.
It begins now.
So it began sometime.
Begins.
It's constantly beginning.
Yeah, it's constantly beginning. So it's like, how are you going to judge that 2 weeks because it says begins now?
Got me.
Got
me.
Yeah.
When will then be now? Soon.
That's right.
Soon enough.
It's all about the merchandise.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Speaking of merchandise, I sent a message to Terrence earlier there, and I don't know why he hadn't picked up. I'm still waiting for him to reply.
Are you talking about your gold order?
Yes.
Are you going to see whether or not he gives you the promo code for that?
I got to ask him when I see him. Terrence is also one of my tenants out in...
Okay, yeah.
Him and his buddy, they live both in Journey's End and Snug Harbor. They started in Snug Harbor, and now they've moved over to Journey's End to open up a merchant shop in the mercantile village of Journey's End.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Indeed it is. Why is that not doing that?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, that's right. Don't forget, launch is here. Your journey begins now, and 2 weeks. Double XP going on. So if you're not out there grinding, you're missing out on all the double XP. What can I say? Yeah, I'm still grinding away at the tables and making deliveries, man. I'll tell you what, planning and placement is paying off. That's all I can say is the orders are rolling in, and of course things are good here in Owl's Head. The weather's been, well, yeah, of course I say that,
My,
and it's
my vendor's
raining.
not sitting down yet, so it's been interacted with lately.
My guy was
I
sitting down the other day. Yesterday I had to get a laugh, but
I did see several running around town that were sitting, so I was happy about that. And I did start doing the Shardfall quest on alts.
on alts. Yes, that's right.
on addition. I'm gonna have so many of those shards.
It's one of the things that if this becomes a normal thing again, we're gonna have to get used to. I've gotten so used to just doing nothing but making things and stocking vendors and going around just doing what I do that having to plan to do these side quests for all my characters is gonna throw a little monkey wrench into the system here. I actually got to leave and do things now. Yeah.
Hey, it's I don't know what you're talking about. Oh wait, hold on. Contain add items public, so that way I can actually toss in a cloak from a character that doesn't have access to this lot. Yeah, so the quest doesn't take long. Don't forget that the Shardfall cloak is the new quest added just for this release, just for launch, and that is the reward for completing it. It does take you through a ton of several of the towns and one scene that is not on this world in order to complete that quest. And there are
not
bugs.
Of this world. Okay.
Not on this world. Yeah. So we do. Do we even have any news? I mean, we had a patch yesterday.
We had yesterday's patch, and I don't think we ever actually got deep into that.
No, we didn't get into any of it because we still haven't even finished.
We still have release notes to finish up to get into.
Yeah, we were on that discussion about alchemy and how to screw your alchemist crafters.
Yes, absolutely. Did you see the message? Did you get your new shiny new cloak? By the way,
I got the email, but I still have yet to claim any of my rewards. So I have not gone to the bank and clicked on claim rewards.
Well, if you look hanging on the wall behind you there, you can mouse over on mine. I put it up there just so we could share a picture of that.
Effect, the launch community event.
The launch event community cloak, yes. They were nice enough to make one of those for all the folks who attended the launch event, and that was awful nice of them. So I want to say thank you to Portalarium.
Light blue and gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to them.
I was not expecting that cloak, so that was
no.
A nice
there was
surprise
never
when
a
I got
mention
that
of
email
anything
from
like that. The fact that we were invited to come join in the festivities and be part of that was amazing enough. But getting a cloak to commemorate it, and A+ for the boys and girls down there. And again, big thanks. Long-time supporters. We're going to be here for a while, so get used to us, people, because we ain't going nowhere. Technical difficulties and everything. That's right.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know what you're talking about. That's right.
I seem not to have those same problems for some odd reason. I don't know why I don't have those same problems.
You don't do the crazy things I do with the audio. That's right.
That, and I don't have a mixer. I don't have all the
other you're not
accessories.
Taking your audio from this machine and sending it to that machine and using different,
Yeah.
5 different audio setups.
Yeah, I still don't know why you occasionally cut out in Discord. It only seems to happen while we're on air. It doesn't seem to happen when we're off air.
I tell you what, go back and listen to yesterday's show and see what it was doing to you, man. It was chopping your ass up big time yesterday.
It was?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's an inherent VoIP problem. Some days are good. Some days aren't.
Oh,
What can I say?
absolutely. It's a lack
Yeah.
of bandwidth.
The fact that you sit in Texas and I sit in Florida and we do this every day is remarkable enough, let alone, that we have some
enough
hiccups while we're
packets.
doing it. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. So, anyway, for those of you out there new to Shrouded Avatar, of course, experience is how you gain skills, and you go out there and adventure in the world, you gain points, and as you gain points, you can turn on skills and train those skills with the points you've accumulated.
Those points actually go into a pool, and then they are actually applied to
Yeah, we should
one
probably
of the skills.
explain this to some of the newer folks out there.
So whenever you kill a monster, it goes into an XP pool, and as you actually look at these skill trees, because
You'll
there's
see it down at the
you've
bottom
got your
here.
melee combat, you've got your magic, and then you have your strategy as far as the adventuring side, and you can turn off, turn on, or maintain skills if they've reached a certain level. And so if you have XP in your pool, those skills will progress as you use them. So it is a use-based system, but you actually have the option to fine-tune exactly what skills you are really working on. And so that allows more custom character development.
Damn.
There is no set tree. There is no set builds for any character. It is truly classless, and you can see that my character has a lot of points, or several points in blades, ranged, and then
I was gonna say, excuse me. I just looked at my
and,
crafting
life
pool, and I
magic.
got like 400,000 in crafting, man.
I'm down to 89,000 just because I wasted a bunch of it in
Well,
something weird.
I was doing some scroll making last night, and I didn't really look to chart to see what I had. I knew my pool was low, so that must be really kicking in. So,
I need to turn around and scrap and turn a bunch of stuff into wood pulp.
I should take advantage
And
of that one of these days.
I forgot to plant my crops again today. Damn.
I
Yeah. I
have to
know.
do
I
that.
mean, because, it's because I was doing a quest earlier, so I was collecting more Shardfall cloaks. And
collecting
Shardfall
more cloaks. That's right.
collecting more.
The
we
ultimate
won't say how
collector.
many I won't say how many I currently have, but I think it's
Well, I mean, anybody who knows us for a while knows that we have multiple accounts, and
yes.
we do collect things with those accounts. That's the purpose of them, is to collect some of those goodies so that we can sell them off.
I don't know.
Hey, you know how many
what you're
people?
talking about. I have never sold anything off.
You know how
my
many
account.
people
I don't know
I've
what
made happy because I had an extra set of something that they missed? I mean, just and I've helped out other people
Absolutely.
just who said, "Hey, Laz, listen, I missed this one. Help everybody out." I mean, I've got a lot of friends here, and not everything is retail sales, but it's just always nice to say, "Hey, yeah, I got a spare one of those lying around here," and share the wealth as well. But
Yep.
a lot of those other collectible items. I'm waiting for the time where jewelry becomes important, and you can actually physically see it being worn. Because I have some of those serpent necklaces I've just been holding on to.
The silver serpent necklaces.
Silver serpent
Yeah.
necklaces.
You mean the one you're still trying to sell on Shroud Marketplace?
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yes.
A reasonable facsimile thereof is no longer available in game for the last 3 years.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Absolutely.
I had
But of
several.
course, if you wear them, nobody sees them, so there's no real call for them as of yet. So waiting for that to happen. But
there will
let's talk a little bit about the alchemy changes here, where we left off yesterday. Is
I have to find the right tab.
gotta find the right tab.
Alchemy still they've done the skill balance because several of the items actually had like a potion of health greater had a minimum alchemy level of 1. Realistically, I still think that these need to be actually higher than 20, 30, 40, 50. Just because it doesn't make sense that you're making an imbued health potion with only 50 alchemy. But yeah, realistically, you're still only using alchemy not for making potions, but for making teleports and recall scrolls and masterworking and enchanting arms and weapons, arms and armor, I should say. So please send some love, change the loot tables and drops.
Stop giving away all our alchemy.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I read somebody comment out there yesterday. It said, "Well, now he's got a use for all those." Did we see that yesterday? All those potions that are coming off, that all the drops there. I mean, that
Oh yeah, I have an entire chest just full of potions that have dropped, and it's got several hundred potions in there. So that will give the option, because there is the new skill for combining lesser potions into better potions up 1 tier, and it's at the rate of 3 to 1 or something like that.
Something like that.
So that way you do get better potions out of them, and all those older potions that you have, if you collected them all instead of selling them back to a vendor, you can actually do something with them. So that idea is good, but at the same time, it's like, make an alchemist worthwhile and able to make an income in game by crafting potions. But crafting potions will still be less expensive than converting mini potions into 1 bigger potion.
We hope.
Yeah. There's some new meat for all the chefs out there. Squirrels and wild boars now provide meat for use in recipes in the game, and a bunch of new recipes.
Granny be proud. Make some squirrel stew out there. I tell you what.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need to open up the Roadkill Cafe. The Roadkill Cafe can actually become a thing now. I mean, it would be nice if occasionally you collected some meat that was rancid.
Where's Briar Vesper when I need him, man? Where's Briar?
I don't know. Haven't seen him in forever. But yeah, some rancid meat that if it's in one of those batches of meat, it spoils the entire batch. That'd be awesome. Rancid meat.
That's no fun.
Yep. The new female shopkeeper, so you can reskin your shopkeepers with the new female shopkeeper skins. There's 4 of those. The wooden stone end is craftable in game. Bacon.
We've got bacon. We got radio. Bacon. We're back on the radio. Yay. Welcome. Sorry, folks.
A bunch of other armor. Although I don't know why you would be able to. Oh wait, these are patterns. Anything that's founder on it going to be a pattern. It should not be a craftable item. So that would be something where you could take that and turn it into something else, and put it on top of other gear. Although
put it on top.
Yep. Although the founder long banner and short banner would be, I believe, craftable, because I don't believe those are actual items in game.
You know, I really haven't had the chance over the last couple days, everything going on, to even sit and explore. I mean, usually day one, right before the show, I go through all my characters. I take all that excess stuff, I put it all together and sort it out. I haven't even done that yet. I mean, that's how.
Well, You know what I've been doing. So,
I know. Yeah, I know. I know what you're up to. No good as always.
I've been collecting cloaks, so
Yeah.
I have not done any adventuring. But with the double XP, I do need to get my ass off the lot and adventure, and not just
Yes,
collect cloaks.
I was just gonna say is after I finish up today's show, I'm gonna be probably just headed out, and I'm gonna probably spend a lot of time just trying to get some points while we got this double XP going on, because might as well take advantage of it. Not something you're gonna see often, if ever again. Remember back in the days when we were early testing, and the average day was 4 times experience points, and boy, could you whack out some experience points.
Oh yeah. I think I hit level 70 in a day. So
the stuff we did to get to this point in time was pretty incredible when you look at it all. I mean, and that's things that people forget, the times when we had quadruple experience, and then they trimmed it to double, and everybody's like, whoa, this is going to get tough. And of course, we've been here all the time telling you.
Remember zoning to everybody.
This is going to be work when it's finally finished. This is going to be, and they've got it pretty damn well tweaked, in my opinion, at this point. And again, you're killing us alchemists over here, but we'll be harping about that for until it's fixed.
Forever.
That's right.
Until I have 1 million gold in my character's bank account consistently.
Well. I can't go by those numbers because I do.
So. Well, the funny thing, I had to append consistently on there.
Yeah.
Because remember, over the weekend I had 2.3 million.
Yeah.
And now I've got less than.
I try and keep about 1 million tax credit on top of the 1 million in gold coin I have. So. Yeah. This way I know that I've got a nice cushion there, Now, of course, speaking of that, I saw All the Money in the World yesterday. Real interesting movie. Got all the money in the world. Can't do nothing with it. What a bitch.
Well, if you have all the money in the world, there really is nothing that you can do.
It's just,
yeah.
But anyway, moving right along.
Candace asked a question a long-ass time ago about
Candace, what do you got
the backstab
for us,
subterfuge skill works with bows, and I have no idea. And for some reason, that did not update inside of my Streamlabs as far as that question.
So, what is that?
I don't know. Well, his question of... So I had to go look at Chatty. Do we know if the new backstab subterfuge skill works with bows? I don't think backstab works with bows. I think that's only going to be
bladed,
your
right?
swords. Yeah, bladed. I don't know. You would have to test that out.
Backstab with a bow. I don't know. I mean, maybe you could, put an arrow in your hand and backstab them with an arrow, but. I'd like to see a die roll on that one to see what kind of damage you do.
You know what? I need more than that.
Roll 2d100 plus 20. Let me see what you do.
Hey, yeah. So moving right along. Also, some masterwork and enchantment fixes. Then unique components were delayed. They focused on companions, potions, and combat balance, which delayed the addition of new unique components. And don't forget, a lot of those unique components are used to craft newer items.
Newer artifacts.
Yeah,
like the troll belt.
Yeah, the troll belt, that stuff that's craftable.
The mystical chain of power. Now there was something about that in the notes someplace. What was the note on that? We'll get to that later, maybe.
I don't know.
I saw something about the crafting of that or something. Never mind. That was in the notes. The crafting points given for making that went down. Never mind. Nothing really.
Yeah, that we talked about yesterday.
Yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah, squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Bacon.
Bacon's in the
Bacon.
game. You need to go
Bacon!
get some bacon. That's why Laz really has GM baking, cooking, is so that way he can actually make
I
some
want
bacon.
the bacon. That's right.
So user interface polish. Eventually, they'll polish some more. They accepted more feedback about location on the map for quests, services, points of interest, etc. And there's now going to be quest indicators for nested scenes. This kind of confuses me because all of the quests in game are not in nested scenes.
Well, dungeons, like, you got to go with the hilt. So hilt is actually nested inside the Black Blade Pass. You understand? Yeah. So that's technically a nested scene, and that's how that was. That's how that's explained.
So yeah, essentially it'll indicate that you have to go through a scene to get to it.
Absolutely.
Online matchmaking mode was renamed. They renamed the friend matchmaking mode to party and renamed single player to private. Now, don't forget, in order to be in party mode, you must already be in a party with those people in order to join that same instance.
Totally excellent, dude.
Yeah, totally excellent. And don't forget that also should affect the spawning of resources in those different instances. The Crown Merchant compass icon, they have made it easier to find those, and by adding little characters on your mini map. And then early access watermark and warnings were removed. Yeah. Item preview on Crown Merchants. In attempt to supply more information, they have now given you an item preview on many listed game assets that show a close-up 3D view of the item. They'll continue to improve that system.
Yet.
No.
I haven't had a chance.
Bundle. Yeah. Bundle visibility on the store is now controlled by how much you have spent. For instance, after you purchase game access, you are able to view the first 3 bundles of all bundle themes.
Why? Yeah. You know, if you only limited me to the first 3
I don't know,
tiers of pledge levels, I never would have pledged a Duke level tier because you're limiting me as to what I can see.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Payment plans. We both abused the payment plans to get up there.
I didn't. I don't know. Never mind. I started at Knight, and I went right from Knight to Duke. There was no payment plan involved there. I went from Knight to Duke. Boom.
So I started the payment plan to get to, I think, Citizen or something like that. And then I realized it's like I hadn't stopped it, and I was a Knight.
And the same thing on my towns. I didn't do payment plans, man. I bought those bad boys. Yeah.
Well, I bought my town straight up. So.
Although I did get my last one at a nice discount when somebody was getting whatever.
Then I sold mine.
Yeah. But
no PvP messages in offline mode because you know what? There is no PvP
don't make no sense.
in offline.
Don't make no sense. I like that change. That's right.
They have changed the fonts for the attunement skill number. Timestamps in the chat log.
Ugly.
Enabled.
They're there if you want to enable them, but I enabled them, and it just really doesn't do anything for the chat log.
Saturation is still a little bit messy when you play with it.
You think?
Yep. Just a little bit. Let's go demonstrate. Although I need to hit F9 to bring up that, and then let's go to saturation. Woo! Oh yeah, high saturation.
Yeah, see, I don't like to mess with that because I just left it at default, and I figure if I mess with that, I'll never get it back to default without resetting everything.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So.
Without hitting the default button, and then all your macros.
And then everything else goes to hell. So yeah, I don't like to mess with that. But And I think we get good
Well,
color
you,
here.
You,
Yeah.
you in touching settings is
You just don't want Laz touching. I want
you
lots
don't
of
want Laz
settings.
touching
I
anything.
want lots of tick boxes.
he wants
yeah.
lots of them, but don't give him. Gray them all out on Laz's computer because
Yeah.
otherwise he'll break something.
See,
and
one
then
of the problems
he'll
I just
yell
ran
about it for a
into
year,
was they gave me
and
tick
everybody will be
boxes
telling him
and
that
I
it's his fault.
unchecked the wrong ones, and then all of a sudden all my stuff didn't work properly. Yay! Who cheered? Who was that?
Oh, Arius. Woohoo! 1,000.
Woohoo! Arius, thank you very much.
That is phenomenal.
That is
Yeah.
Arius of Coil More Wands, our local elf and
right.
wandering reporter, Wayne Klotz, action
That's
news
right.
reporter.
News reporter.
Thank you, Arius. Thank you very much, buddy.
Yep. If you have a pledge, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, that you will now have the option to create multiple characters on a single account. Remember, that is based if you have a pledge, not a bundle, a pledge. And so,
Early pledge. That's right.
and more than likely what they'll do later on is sell additional character slots.
No more than likely. It's coming. They just haven't put it in yet.
It's coming. It's coming, but no idea when that's going to happen.
Again, somebody pointed it out in the forums, missed chances. The best time to put something like that on sale is during release. People are going to buy that stuff up, but maybe they still want to put an emphasis on bundles first. I know there's some...
They haven't... They've barely started kicking off their advertising.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I mean, we officially launched.
The request for additional, the request for multiple character slots is not that pressing right now. So I think let the waves of advertising go out, and then go ahead and say, you know what, you want more character slots? Boom! Here's how you can get more additional character slots. And then you have to deal with the issue that character slots share the same name or guild name, so they're in the same guild,
which is
as well as
you gotta
sharing the friends
formally
list,
lodge
and they share
that
the
complaint.
virtue status.
As
they
Chris
share
said,
the virtue status.
gotta formally
and
lodge that complaint.
That is a lodge that complaint with Lord British.
Lord British, I have a complaint.
Yeah, because Lord British isn't here today.
I know that, but he does watch the show.
I'm aware of that, but yes. So it is a complaint from both of us, because go ahead and bring up the guild list right now. So this is the NBNN News Guild. Oh, where'd my character go? Or did you kick him out of the guild?
No, I haven't kicked anybody out of the guild. Why would I kick anybody out of this guild?
Well, because earlier I had a character that was in this guild that did not get kicked out, and he was ranked as an officer. So it's like, I know that you have a second character as Dread, but where did mine
who
go?
else did you have in here?
It shows whatever character you have active.
Oh, it just shows whatever character's active.
Right, because
Okay.
and it does the same thing on town ownership. So my alt, when my alt is on, it's showing my alt owns Woolstead.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, the
so
mechanics
confusing.
behind it is really, really, it needs to be rethunk. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
it definitely needs to be rethunk, because earlier it's like I had Jack Apoplectic as an officer in NBNN News, and not only that, but Jack Apoplectic is level 1.
Yeah, I've never seen
even
that character's name. Yeah.
That's because he was created today.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I teleported out of the intro scenes.
Yeah.
As soon as I had my inventory, I teleported out.
When you see John Hall running around, that's the new guild leader. That's my alt. I don't even know if that's what I used on the QA. I don't know what the names of my alts are going to be. Technical difficulties will be one of them, though.
Yeah, technical difficulties. You had better get that one as soon as possible, because you need it. But then let's see, moving right along.
Moving right along.
Oh, and thankfully I forgot to display that to everybody. Multiple character player. We already talked about that. Multiple characters in offline mode grants all players 10 slots regardless of
10
the
slots. That's
so
right.
you can have 10 different games going on. Physical goods.
So that's 10 saves, as it may be in old school terms, or is it?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you can play the same character in each one, or is it 10 total different characters, which is still 10 different saves? I guess.
I have no idea, but if you're expecting those physical goods, shipping was delayed.
Yes, and for good reason, by the way. Let's let everybody know that, because I know I've seen a lot of chatter out there, people going, hey, I haven't been around for a couple of years. When am I getting my goods? You know, so, yes, physical goods delayed just a little bit because they wanted to put some extra fine touches on those items before they came out, and they wanted to make sure that they lived up to Lord British's standards of quality. And again, taking that little extra time to get that little extra touch. If you missed it, you should go back and look at the post-mortem where Scotty gives you the whole rundown, because Scotty can sell Eskimo's ice, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Moving right along. Physical goods will be coming soon, though.
Delayed. Localization. All interface text and quest dialogue will be fully translated into our launch languages, including English, maybe some Russian, and then other languages are still being worked on.
And most of those are now being worked on by the partners, I understand, who are
that's right.
localizing in their parts of the world.
They've got better resources for that.
Indeed, they do.
The localization effort has been a volunteer process. They expect completion in Q2. Heraldry. Players will be able to create heraldry through a blazon system. Don't forget that stuff has to be approved by the developers.
Now, speaking of heraldry, I saw Thex started a post yesterday. Show off and share your heraldry, and apparently he's already got the Airy Fund in game and shown off. So it doesn't look like the process is that tough, apparently.
No.
Have to ask him about that.
Yeah, and don't forget, in order to create that custom family crest, you need to log on and go into your account page and under special rewards, and then put on the upload for that and do that process. There is a blazon device generator through the College of Arms. And blazons created using the generator will not require approval before being available in-game.
You see that one? That's the one I was bitching about yesterday.
Hey.
But again, I don't understand how that those items aren't showing up on my I don't understand how that works. So
you know what? Do you have control over that? Do they have control of that? Does anybody have control of that? Yes, someone
does, and that's what we need to figure out, is how to get that moved properly.
You know what? Both of my blazons, I would delete anyways at this point right now and completely redo them.
I'm seriously considering it, but yeah. Oh,
because now I need to put on my character. I need to put a chair, and then a teleport and recall scroll.
Can we get something for?
That's mine.
Can we get something for like secret societies or something like that?
You can make whatever you want as long as it passes the approval process. That's it. Yeah.
There has been request for the guild heraldry device as well as other groups.
Well,
So,
that's going to come later on. They've
Yeah.
got to take care of all the pledge folks first, and then they can add on the different add-ons and whatever they're going to call them. Hey, we got
Yep.
some news coming out from the boys and girls out there.
You've got some news where
Pop up in
or is-
Steam.
Shroud
Shroud news. Probably a patch.
Yeah, I didn't see that Steam pop up. Although I did just get an email from Soccer America.
Soccer America.
Yep. Hey, I like soccer.
Yes, I know. Football.
So, hey, during the World Cup, you know where I'll be for an entire month.
Yep.
Watching every single game.
In your bed.
That's right. Watching every single game. Bastard.
Well, I know where you watch from. Come on, I mean, jeez. You're not the only person who watches TV in bed most days. A lot of people do that.
It's like the couch, but more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it set up right. You can hit the laptop there. You got a little table for your Dr. Pepper and your vape, and you're good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Moving right along. Yes, the heraldry that I saw from Thex looked pretty interesting, but I still have questions about using the new generator. And again, I gotta look. I mean, if it's gonna be $25 to make a change every time, that's gonna be a rough call. But
I have no idea what's going on anywhere.
I have several
Okay,
shots at it, so I'm gonna take a first shot at it and see how it comes, and then if that gets done, then I'll go for the other two. That's basically my plan at this point. So.
Let's see. I forgot. What's that guy's name?
Zane just telling me it patches itself today and works now. Are you talking about the what we're talking about, Zane? And I know I'm going to have a little delay there, but
I have no idea what you're talking about or where you're getting this stuff.
Private
I completely
messaging
brain
game.
farted on something. Yeah. See, I've even got that disabled right now because I hit that F9 button.
You don't see anything right now. That's why.
I see nothing. I can hover over
Nothing.
anything. I see nothing. Woohoo! I see nothing. Now I see things. Yep. I'm trying to declutter my interface temporarily. But then moving right along, we also have other weird things like the Founder Heraldry Armor. When you craft an item, the Crafter's Blazon is what is displayed on the item for if you have the Eternal Pattern. What? Heraldry patterns. Each heraldry item can come as a fully usable item with an eternal pattern embedded inside that can be salvaged to be applied to other items. The eternal pattern, what is linked to the heraldry blazon, and what determines what device is displayed. When you craft an item, the crafter's blazon is what is displayed on the item. And then there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, the way they explained this was that when you have the blazon, you can craft those items and give them away.
I'm going to give you a hypothetical, and I want you to answer it. And then, okay, so I create a suit of armor, and I embed my heraldry blazon onto it. Okay.
Correct.
Then I go out and PvP someone.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a chunk of that armor with that blazon on it.
Yep.
I go back to my lot, and I'd like to redo something and replace that blazon. How will I do that?
You replace the blazon, and the next piece of equipment you make gets the new blazon. The old one retains the old one. That's the way it was explained.
No. I never claimed the item. I never claimed the item. So someone else.
Once you make it with the mark, it stays with the equipment. So you can make 20 things with your mark, and then put them aside
No,
and then
no,
go change your mark?
It's not a maker's mark. It is a pattern that you have to apply to it, and you only get one eternal pattern.
Well, what you're missing is that's the pattern. The pattern will stay the same from the time you create it, but you're going to also be able to create equipment. Yes.
You lost your pattern. You lost your pattern because you can only apply one eternal pattern on one item.
Then your pattern's gone.
Which means you'll never be able to do any other kind of
no. See, you're missing this. You get
if I do the founder cloth heraldry chest piece,
right,
and I apply it to some cloth gear that I have,
right,
then I go PvP someone and they claim that cloth chest piece.
Right. You've lost.
I lost it. Can I make another one? The answer is no.
What I'm telling you is you won't get another eternal pattern, but you can make a piece of equipment that's just got the blazon on. Is what I'm trying to tell you. You get a set of eternal patterns, and then you can make unlimited numbers of regular equipment without a pattern.
You can only apply an eternal pattern once. The difference is when you go to salvage it.
I'm not talking about the eternal patterns. Forget the eternal pattern. You can still make another piece of equipment with. Yeah.
Each heraldry item will come as a fully usable item with an eternal pattern embedded inside that can be salvaged to be applied to other items.
Right.
So if you lose that eternal pattern, which is your heraldry pattern,
it's gone.
It's gone.
Right. Keep reading.
You won't be able to get another
Keep reading.
The eternal pattern, what is linked to the heraldry blazon, and what determines what device is displayed. When you craft an item, the crafter's blazon is what is displayed on the item. Can you lose when
you craft an item?
Hey, can you lose that pattern? Okay, so Econdis has the question: is founder armor not lootable? Founder armor is not, but if you apply that pattern onto something else,
scrap it and take the pattern, yes, you lose that.
Then you can lose that pattern, which means you essentially lost that armor. But so this is a conversation about the pattern and what happens if you lose it, because it's then lost unless you claim it somehow.
Yeah, I'm saying Econdis.
So I think I'm thinking that maybe I'm not going to be the one to go out and test this.
But you're still missing the point that you can still create other equipment. That just applies to that one item. You can still make loads of equipment with your pattern on it. You'll just lose that eternal pattern. It's like selling it.
No. I think losing that eternal pattern, you might not be able to do any other additional emblazoning. We'll find out.
You're missing the big picture. The idea behind the blazon is I can make 300 sets of equipment and pass it out to my friends with my blazon on it. Okay, the eternal pattern is only for us.
Big picture? I'm missing the big picture.
And then you can change the blazon and make 300 more sets of equipment that will have the new blazon on it, is what I'm trying to explain to you. So yes, you're just talking about the eternal pattern. I understand that, but you don't lose the ability to use the blazon, is what I'm trying to tell you.
We'll find out eventually, because you might find out that you're wrong. I might find out that I'm just crazy.
You are, but anyway, we're both crazy. We've been doing this for over 3 years. We know we're crazy. I mean, geez, two guys who gave up regular day jobs to do this.
I wouldn't say we gave them up.
One guy gave up his day job.
I quit my day job for completely different reasons.
You were sick and tired of it. But time to move on is that time of the day that we got to move on with other things here, and
because the next session is something we know nothing about. That's combat.
And I know a little bit about combat, but we'll take that in stride on tomorrow's show, maybe.
We know nothing about combat.
Yeah, I know enough that I don't like it. That's that I know that much. Okay, I can tell you that much.
I know enough that See, I solo hunt, whereas you have to have the healer follower.
Hey, well, you solo hunt in little places. I go big or I die. Either way. Yeah. But yes, moving right along. I got to tell you guys and gals about that wonderful NBNN Shroud Avatar app, available on the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store. If you want to take Shroud Avatar with you on the go when you go, you can take us with you anywhere. Of course, we've got you covered for all your electronic devices. Don't be fooled by the imitators out there who only have one platform or another platform and don't support you all. NBNN's got you covered across the board. You can read the NBNN Daily Britannian, published 7 days a week, with news from Shroud of the Avatar and beyond, or you can subscribe and get it in your inbox. You can join us in Discord through the app. You can read the forums. You can shop the marketplaces. Or you can check out what's going on around town today in the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar, hosted right here on nbnn.info. Brought to you today by GoDaddy.
You know what? That NBNN community calendar is an aggregate of all of the available Google public calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar that guy knows about. If you have a Google public calendar and you want your events added to this so that way I can read them off whenever I feel like, you can always message that guy, and he'll, if you also want to just add events at single one-off events for yourself, you can always use the Shroud community calendar, which he can also grant you access to.
That's
just
right.
by emailing news@nbnn.info and requesting that information and providing all the appropriate details.
Just entitle it Calendar Request so we know what we're looking at.
And by we, he means him.
Yeah. All he does is read it.
All I do is read the damn stuff off. And from there, it's like I don't even pay attention to it. Because
you know what? I got to give you some credit, my friend. The other day when you had to take that phone call, well, I know the whole shtick of the calendar. It's different when the tides are turned and I actually got to read it because I can't do the shtick and the calendar at the same time. So,
What are you talking about? What shtick? There's nothing going on.
Nothing
the
going on.
calendar's pretty easy. Are you saying that you haven't memorized every single event and who's doing it?
No, not like you have.
Oh, okay.
I've got it up here, but just verbalizing it doesn't. Us Brooklyn boys, we don't always verbalize the way we should.
Yeah, I'm a Texas boy, so I talk slowly. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I think slowly though. But all times on the community calendar are Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia time. Don't forget, at 10 a.m. this morning is going to be No Title! Woohoo! Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s around the clock. You can always tune into Radio Free Britannia and listen to two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to. A little show called Lunch with us. Because we really have no idea what we're talking about. At 6 p.m. on Avatars Radio is going to be DJ Seleth doing Faster and Louder. At 6 p.m. on Radio Free Britannia, as I said earlier, tune in to listen to us interpreting the news. And arguing about stupid shit. At 7 p.m. this evening, you can always join Kids in Phoenix Fire or Mulhari for the Phoenix Republic PvE nights. Just make sure that they're online before messaging them and see what they're doing and if they're even logged in. At 7 p.m. on Radio Free Britannia is the 70s at 7. At 10 p.m. on Avatars Radio's Temper Tantrum today. And the final event of the evening is going to be on Radio Free Britannia, and that is the Record Room.
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Bringing you a little music history lesson every Monday through Friday.
And that's our community calendar.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Here in Shroud of the Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty. Of course, time is running short. Hate when that happens because
It's all your fault.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, we can go 2 or 3 hours. I'm sure plenty of people would love for us.
We wouldn't
to.
be able to do it consistently
Yeah,
and be entertaining.
There's a reason why we do what we
yeah.
do, how we do, folks, because it works. That's all we got to say. But of course, don't forget.
Shorter works for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, you're listening and watching and tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack here on NBNN.info, on twitch.tv/Cynicist or twitch.tv/NBNN News. Tuned in and replays on the radio or watching YouTube. Thank you very much for all your support. If you want to become a supporter, go out to any of the sites and click on the donate links. All the money's donated go to keeping you in the news. Of course, if you want to become a monthly supporter, you can go to patreon.com/NBNN and sign up for monthly donations, and that'll get you some cool digital swag, some sweet Discord titles, access to the past year's podcast, and of course some physical swag depending on your pledge level. So if you're looking for NBNN swag, don't forget you can get some through the Patreon store, or you can go to the NBNN store. That's right, we do sell swag, people. We have t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, all sorts of good stuff. And while you're out there playing your game, don't forget, play for a cause. The ripple effect is in full force still through the end of the month. Supporting water.org and the airyfund.org. When you can play games and help change the world, it makes a big difference, folks. And of course, again, adding some cool swag, you can get the that nice cloak and digital mug, as well as plenty of physical goods available for your donations. The SodaCon Austin 2018 tickets are on sale. You can buy your cloaks, you can buy your early bird tickets, or you can buy those VIP tickets. Don't forget that it's going to be a good time down in Austin. This is going to be, my 4th year, 5th year? Jeez, I'm losing count already. How many years have I been going to Austin now? Too many.
Not long enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's one of these days I might actually move out there. Now, you guys, your weather sucks out there. But anyway.
What are you talking about?
SodaCon Austin
Nice
2018. Yeah, not like it is down here in Florida, buddy. Sorry. But tickets are now
just
available.
Because it doesn't rain every day.
Yeah, well. Tickets available and more updates available at SodaConAustin.org. Coil more wands, putting the magic in your hands. Arius, love you, man. Thank you for the donations today. And of course, if you want custom-made wood, go check out Arius Coilmore. He'll get you custom-made wands and staves to your specifications. Scrota's music service. It's Scrota. It's music and it's a service. If you're looking for someone to follow you around and play some music and entertain you, or play and keep you buffed up while you're out there fighting, get in touch with Scrota. He'll get you all hooked up. The Britannia Money Company wants you to come check out the Dewdrop Inn, located here in Owl's Head. And of course, don't forget, Black Rock Cove is open for business for all your crafting material needs. Rock solid prices across the board, so you never have to question what you're going to pay for your material goods. Black Rock Cove, located in the Quell region, right next to the town of Exeter, conveniently located next to the Exeter and Elysium mines. RelicsByRill.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. T-shirts, hats, bumper stickers, patches, comic books, coinage, glassware, and much, much more available at RelicsByRill.com. If you want to save a little money when you're shopping for that swag, mention us. Use the promo code NBNN when you check out at RelicsByRill.com. You'll save 10% off your purchase price. WRFB, bringing you the latest news and entertainment round the clock, 24/7 on your in-game radios. And last but not least, ShroudMarketplace.com, where all your gold purchases come with a free Dragon Bone throne from weddings
from
and
last
more.
to shop.
That's right,
Yeah.
but you must mention Dragon Bone Throne when making your purchase.
there is no promo code for
I know
Dragon
that.
Bone
I
Throne.
know that. Ain't it great?
Yeah. ShroudMarketplace.com is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. There are over 100 different player shops. Each player's that set up a shop on Shroud Marketplace is a vendor that is responsible for setting their own prices and maintaining their own inventory. So you can end up with things like coupons from some of the vendors. Cynics Legio's got a gaming has a coupon out there, release, that will give you 20% off of anything off of his shop. Or you can always like go through and like check out my shop, Laz's shop, other people's shops that are posting things.
Over 100 shops available.
Someone earlier today, not I, posted the fact that they have 10 benefactor expert crafting tables and they're selling them all together as a bundle.
Nice. How much are they asking?
And $70 per table.
Nice.
10 of them, so $700.
$700.
Yes,
I'm looking at that right there. Look at that.
That's actually a discount for the number of, because in order to get that was probably
you had to be up
$2,500.
Yeah.
$2,500 to $3,000 invested just to get those 10 tables. But yeah, so anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace as long as it's not a bannable offense. So you end up with things like accounts, game gold, Laz's special deal where if you buy game gold from his shop, it includes a Dragon Bone Throne. If you mention
throne at time of purchase.
Well, which you can't do. Cheap bastard. Or you can find teleports and recall scrolls on Shroud Marketplace from different guys, or you can find services from a bunch of vendors. But I just looked at the time, and it is that time.
It is that time. I tell you what, it's a beautiful thing. I love this shit.
Killing me, Smalls.
Hey.
But yes, hey, don't forget register as a vendor to start listing your items.
That's right. Registration is free. Sign up now, and you too can start selling all your leftovers and stuff that you don't want to somebody else who does. Give it a good home.
Yeah, that's right.
But we got to get out of here for today. We love you guys. And, of course, we couldn't do it without you. Who's that, Scrota?
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe.
But we'll be back with more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here on the lot here in Owl's Head. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Screwed is saying that if you buy his services off of Shroud Marketplace and he follows you hunting, he will fluff you up.
That's right. If that's what you want.